Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh, by Hashem, Rakakodash, right? Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, who the world inwardly calls God. Yahweh, the only begotten Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. We'd like to say the water, or thank you to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh, for the Rakakodash. The Rakakodash is the Holy Spirit, which is the driving force behind these lessons, right? Behind the force of these freedom principles, brothers come out on the highways and byways, prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay? Alright? So, just want to, harp on signs of the times and what's going on right now. And right now, us brothers and sisters in the know, knowing that we are in the midst, alright, of Hanukkah. Alright, came in yesterday at sundown. Alright, now we're in the time of Hanukkah, the time of the Feast of Dedication. Yeah, we know we're in the times of Hanukkah, all right? The Feast of Dedication, those are the times we are in. And we are, seeking the ancient ways, okay? Holding our holy days, remembering our customs, remembering our days, remembering our heritage, our history. And that's a beautiful thing. So, on harking on Hanukkah a little bit. All right, let's get to that. Because it's a beautiful thing to remember our heritage, remember our customs, remember us defeating our enemies. Remembering our customs, our high holy days, remembering our forefathers, remembering our victories over our enemies. Okay? So we're gonna harken into that, but first let me get Jeremiah 6 and 16. Because we're remembering the old ways, the old paths. Alright? And what? Teaching them to our sons, man. And that's what we do as Hebrew Israelites. And that's what our forefathers did. Learn the customs, knew the customs, and passed them on. Jeremiah 6 and 16.
6 and 16?
Yeah. There's a few points on too. Because 2/3 of our people don't know that it's Hanukkah, don't know about Hanukkah, don't know that it's part of their customs. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't know that Hanukkah is a part of their customs. Okay? Take your time. Let me get to the 2 because I need it. Yeah. No, go ahead.
Jeremiah 6, chapter 6, verse 16.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thus saint the Lord, stand ye in the highways, and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and the walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk in there.
Yep. So the Lord telling us what? Seek the old path. All right. Go ahead and read it again. Lift up your voice a little more. Call it and quote it. Jeremiah 6 and 16.
Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saint the Lord, stand ye in the highways, and see and ask for the old paths.
Yeah. So that's what we said. That's what the people should be doing, man. Seeing and asking for the old path. Knowing your high holy days, that's the old path. Knowing about Hanukkah. Knowing your race, your religion, your forefathers. Go ahead.
Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Yeah, man, you walk in this way, you find rest for your souls. You walk in that old path. You come into the path of, or the direction to, and watch the old path, man. All right? It says, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said we would not walk therein. So, hey, they don't want to walk in these old paths. Don't want to come into the custom, all right, the heritage, the belief of being a Hebrew Israelite. You got me on point out there. Control with that. Yep. Good. When the little wind blows, just kind of watch it. Yeah, Jake don't want to walk into that I'll read it for you again. It says, Jeremiah 6:16, thus said the Lord, stand ye in the way and see, and as for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said we will not walk therein. They don't want to find rest in their souls. This is how you find rest. Right? Coming into the truth, knowing the truth nationality. So confident, so rested, knowing this information. Alright? But yeah, we're gonna dive into some of the old paths. And that's time. The Feast of Dedication, the times we're in that now. We started last night, but you ain't gonna get this. They ain't gonna tell you this in the church. They ain't gonna tell you to celebrate Hanukkah. They're gonna tell you what celebrate Christmas. False holiday that's not of your custom or your religion. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, you would know that the customs and how holy days in the Bible is your customs, is your heritage. Right? So we're gonna start at Thank you. Good. Verse 36, we're going to go to the history of Hanukkah. The origins of Hanukkah. The origins of the feast of dedication. Alright? Dedication of the temple that got reclaimed. Alright, good. This is First Maccabees chapter 4. Where I want to start at. First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 36. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomforted. Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary. Alright? Maccabees 4. We're starting in verse 36. I might ask you this one. Take off. Alright. This First Maccabees 4, and I'm gonna help you with the camera. This First Maccabees 4 and 36. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomforted. Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary. Upon this all the host assembled themselves together and went up to Mount Sinai. And when they saw the sanctuary desolate, and the altar profaned, and the gates burnt up, and shrubs growing in the courts, as in a forest of in one of the mountains, yea, and the priest chambers pulled down. Verse 39, they rent their clothes and made great lamentation, and cast ashes upon their heads. So this is at the time where the Greeks came, sacked the temple, raided the temple, okay, and destroyed the altar, messed it up. So they finally got it back. All right, now they about to rededicate it, clean it up, get it right. the Edomites, okay, had destroyed the temple. All right. And this was going on, and this is what? Secular history. That's written in your history book. This is around the time of what? 167 BC. All right, 167 BC. Okay, this is the time that the Greeks had what? The revolt began because what? Antiochus Epiphanes was coming down with those harsh decrees, making the Israelites not hold their customs. Okay? So what? 167 started the revolt. Then around 164 BC, 3 years later, right? And they rededicated the temple. So we have war with our enemies, and who our enemies? Edomites. Right? Greek soldiers. That's who they was fighting. All right, let's continue. I'm at verse 39. It says they rent their clothes and made great lamentation and cast ashes upon their heads. It says, and fell down flat to the ground upon their faces, and blew alarm with the trumpet, and cried towards heaven. All right. Go ahead, take over. Verse 41. Quote and read it.
Verse Maccabees 40. 41. Chapter 41. Then
chapter 4, verse.
Then Judas.
Lift your voice up.
Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress until he had cleansed the sanctuary.
Yeah, so Judas appointed certain men. All right, y'all handle this while we tidy up the sanctuary. Handle the rest of them Greek soldiers. All right, because we already got a good stronghold. While we get the sanctuary right. It's still rolling. That time still rolling.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So he chose to protest.
Slow down.
For
so he chose priests.
He chose priests of blameless conversation such as he pleasure in the law.
Yeah, so he chose men who had pleasure in the law. That's who Judas chose. All right, Israelite men that had pleasure in the law, that was following the customs, because at this time, all right, Antiochus Epiphanes and the Greeks, it was against the law to hold your Hebrew Israelite customs. The death of this, but what? They started fighting back. And this Maccabean revolt. That's not taught, that's your history, so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American man. All right? You got to teach your sons this history, because they ain't going to learn it in Babylon the Great, man. If you don't teach your sons this, your sons will never know that his line goes back to the Maccabean history, man. All right? Because why? We living in damn Babylon the Great. The mother of our hearts, where they deceive you not knowing who you are. But we're not going to get into that. Let me verse 42, go ahead, son. Verse 43.
Who cleansed the sanctuary and bear out the foul stones into a clean place.
Yep. Keep going.
And when as they consulted what to do with their altar of burnt offerings, which was profane, they thought it best to pull it down, lest it should be a reproach to them, because the heathen had defiled it, wherefore they pulled it down.
Yeah, so they had to go in the temple and pull certain things down because the Greeks had defiled it so much, man. The heathens went up in the temple, defiled the temple, but our forefathers fought back and got the temple back. And now they about to what? Rededicate the temple. And we're going to go into that too. 46.
And it laid up the stone in the mountain of the temple in a convenient place until there should come a prophet to show what should be done with them.
Yeah, so they laid up the stone that was found in a certain place. So the prophet came and told them what to do with it. All right, because these was what basically warrior men. Okay, but they was doing the will of the Lord, fighting to get the temple back against the Greeks, man, against Antiochus the fifth. For the fourth, that's what we about to go tap into all that real quick. It's just the origin of it. Keep going.
Then they broke whole stones according to the law and built a new altar according to the former.
Yeah, and that's what they did, man. Started rededicating, rebuilding the altar because the heathen had defiled it, man. The Greeks had defiled it. Who are the Greeks? The Edomites, man. Go ahead.
And then they made up the
Sanctuary.
and then things that were within the temple and hollowed the courts. Then they made also new holy vessels, and into the temple they brought the candlesticks and the altar of burnt offerings and incense and the table.
Yeah, man. So that's what they did. Started what? Burn the candlesticks and incense to our God. Right? Because what? The heathens had came and defiled the temple. The temple that King Solomon had built.
No.
Oh, okay. We got Zaz. Oh, okay.
I can read off.
Yeah.
And upon the altar they burned incense, and the lamps that were upon the candlesticks they lightened, that they might glue light in the temple.
Yeah, so they had to what? Get light into the temple, right? That's why this candlesticks thing. All right, this is significance of it. All right, go ahead.
Furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table and spread out the vials and finished all the works which they had begun to make.
Yep. All right, man. So what? Jake had to go in there, get the temple right. Okay. Started what? Putting our spirit back on, putting the Lord's spirit back around the temple. All right. Verse 52. Now on the 5 and 20th day in the 9th month, and that's what came in last night. Okay. On the 5 and 20th day of the 9th month, because contrary to popular belief, all right, we are in the 9th month. Okay. Not the 12th month of the year. But that's a whole different thing. It says, now on the 5 and 20th day of the 9th month, which is called the month of Council, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings which they had made. This is the significance. This is the origin of Hanukkah. All right, when they regained, all right, the temple, rededicated the temple. It says, look at what time and what day the heathen have profaned it, even even in that was it dedicated with songs and zitherns and harps and cymbals. Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the God of heaven who had given them good success. So they started praising the Lord after they what? Got the temple back, man. All right. Verse 56. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offered burnt offerings with gladness and sacrifice, the sacrifice of deliverance and praise. All right, so that's where you get Hanukkah from. Holding it for what, 8 days. Okay? They offer burnt offerings, okay, and kept the dedication 8 days. And we're going to go into why that 8 days, where these men got and knew and learned how, okay, to throw up those dedications, okay? Because they were Hebrew Israelites. They didn't just come up with this on their own. They got it from their forefathers. All right? Keep going, son. Verse 57.
They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields and the gates and the chambers that they renewed and hang doors upon them.
Yeah, so they got the temple right, man. Because the heathen had to call them damn Greeks. All right, go ahead.
58.
Yep.
Thus was there very great gladness among the people for that the reproach of the heathens was put away.
Yeah, the reproach of the heathen was put away, man. We put away the reproach of the heathens, man, of the damn Greeks. Put the reproach of the heathen away, man. And that's what we're going to do in these times, man. The Lord going to give us the spirit to put the reproach of the heathen away and clean up the earth. And then everybody going to be glad and rejoice. All right? But the origins of Hanukkah, where they not telling you on your clergy. What so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't think that they got a part in. Don't think that they are of. Go ahead. Give me this some more for me. Finish it out for me.
Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the day of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days from the few 20 days of the from the 5 and 20th day of the Casio with mirth and gladness.
Yeah, that's how you hold Hanukkah, man. All right? That's how the Lord told them to hold Hanukkah. That's where we get the Feast of Dedication from. Hanukkah. All right, the Festival of Lights, so-called. This is not the small hats over there, so-called holiday. This is for you so-called Negroes, all right? Latinos and Native Americans, but more so you Southern Kingdom, man. So-called Jews, especially you so-called Negroes, all right? And you so-called Haitians and Jamaicans, man. The Jews. This is high holiday of us taking down our enemies, taking down the Greeks. That's how the Lord told us to hold it. This first Maccabees 4 and 59 again. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days. That's why we do this every year, man. This is our favorite high holiday. So if you're a Hebrew Israelite, this is the high holiday you hold, not no damn Christmas, man. This is our high holiday of gift-giving and gladness and tidings and happiness, all right? This is our mirth holiday, man, okay? But it's also a serious one because we honor and glad praise the Lord for delivering us and letting us get the temple back. All right, it says, about the space of 8 days from the 5 and 20th day of the month of Chalcedon with mirth and gladness. At that time also they built up the Mount Zion with all tight walls and strong towers round about, if the Gentiles should come and bring it down as they done before. And that Gentile talking about the heathen. All right? It says, and they set there a garrison to keep it and fortified at Zurich to preserve it, that the people might have a defense against Idumea. Who is Idumea? That's the Greek way, all right, I said Edomite, man. Okay? The Idumea. Esau, Edom. That's who Jake was fighting against. All right, so and how did that come about? How did they start fighting? All that happened? Because what? Of a certain Edomite, a Greek Edomite, so go to 1 Maccabees 1, chapter 1.
Maccabees chapter 1. And it happened, verse 40?
Yeah, 1 and
verse 41.
Yeah.
Moreover, King
Antiochus
wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
And this is what Antiochus wanted to do, man. This is a Greek Edomite that took over, all right, certain parts of the earth, okay, with the rest of certain Edomites, okay? Then they made their way to what? Israel. So now that he took over, now he want everybody's religion to be the same. Want everybody to praise the same God and stuff. Keep going.
And
that's what he mean, that all should be one people. He wanted one race. Well, go ahead.
And everyone should leave his laws, live his laws. So all of the heathen agree according to the commandments of the king.
Yeah, so all the heathen listen, man. Antiochus wanted everybody to praise the same God. Want everybody to live their laws. But who really got lost after the commandments? The Israelites. So the devil knew what he was doing. Knew who he was targeting. All right, go ahead. Lift your voice up, son.
Yes, many also of the Israel concerned to his religion and sacrifice.
Start over.
Yeah, many also of the Israelites concerned to his religion and sacrifice it to idols and profaning the Sabbath.
All right, so many of what? The Israelites profane the Sabbath. All right. So I can do that again. It says, yea, many also of Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. And that's what Jake did, man. And that was the start of Jake doing that shit, man. Profaning the Sabbath. All right? Worshiping the idols. And that's the same thing that Jake started doing to this day. All right? Those same Greek customs, those Greek idols, those Greek gods that Antiochus started making the people worship. They're worshiping these same gods to this day. Those same ancient Greek gods. It says, verse 44, for the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festivals. That's what started doing, man. Not uncircumcising their kids, not following all the law, statutes, and commandments, profaning the Sabbath. All right, this is what Esau Edom set up and had Jake start doing. But then the Maccabean family line got fed up with that shit and fought back. Verse 49, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And that's what Esau did. Did a number so bad on Jake, Jake don't even remember who they are. Jake don't even remember. But the Lord always leaves a remnant of believers and believers, man. A spirit of believers and warriors to fight and rather take death than obey the word of Yahweh. And that's the spirit brothers got on us, man. We're not going against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord for Esau Edom. No matter what the king said. We ain't taking that MOTB. It says, verse 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said, he should die. So, okay, to profess your God, to profess your religion, to hold the Sabbath, to eat clean. They set it up to where you will get put to death if you worship your power. Okay? Man, so that's how it happened, man. That's what happened. Then the Maccabean brothers said, no. All right. Let's see. It says, in the self-same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto him, to wit every one that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could find, or like it, even wheresoever they could fly for support. So what? Jake started going off. It was a decree in the world to not be an Israelite. Same chapter, go to verse 56. Because this is how bad it got. First Maccabees 1 and 56. I know you'll see about that. Alright? Yep.
And when they had reached rent in the and when they had rent in the pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire.
That's what they did to the Bible, man. That's what these Edomites was doing. They found the Bible, they burnt it. And this don't come back to the same time. That's how much they're gonna hate this word. They're gonna hate the Israelites. Keep going, boy.
This did not.
Verse 57.
And
wheresoever.
Wheresoever was where they were, and wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament of, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandments was that they should put him to death.
Yes, it is. So if they caught you with the Bible, okay, if they saw you consent to the law of the Lord, okay, it was a commandment to put you to death. And that's how Israel lost their way and became Greeks and Romans. And this is the history that you have to know to understand that whole Gentile thing. This is how you understand when Paul and these other apostles are going to these other nations, the Gentiles are Israelites, because Israel lost their way. All right? So much, okay, that they forgot that they was Israelites because it was the decree. We read it, you'll get put to death if you follow the commandment. But the Maccabean brothers stood up. And then what? Now we in the time that we got Hanukkah. So all right, that's good, son. Go to second Maccabees. No, first Maccabees, same thing. Just go to chapter 2. Yup. I'll tell you what to get right there. Watch that. Alright. So you see what's going on, right? Antiochus Epiphanes. Alright, Antiochus is setting these decrees and these laws against the Israelites, making them can't see Israel, right? Making it Maccabean family did. Read verse 19. Go ahead. Start at 19. And it's Matthias. That's how you say that.
Then Matthias answered and spake with a loud voice. Though all the nations that were under the king's dominion obey him and fall away, turn one from the religions of their fathers and grew consistent to his commandments.
Yeah, so Matthias like, look, all the other nations consented, and they gonna listen to the king. All right, but this what me and my family gonna do. Go ahead. Verse 20.
Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the confidence of our fathers.
Yeah, that's what Matthias said, man. And that's the same spirit we on. What Esau talking about, man? We're gonna walk in we're gonna walk in the covenant of our forefathers, man. We're gonna hold these Hebrew Israelite customs. We're gonna teach them to our sons. Israelite customs. Alright? We're not gonna celebrate false holy days. We're gonna celebrate high holy days. We're gonna remember the Sabbath. Verse 21.
God forbid that we should forsaken the law and the ordinance.
Keep going.
We will not hearken to the king's word to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left.
Yeah, we ain't gonna listen to the king. Alright, we will not hearken to the king to go from our religion, man. And that's the same spirit brothers on now, man. We're not going away from our religion. And what's our religion? Being a Hebrew Israelite. Our customs, holding the Sabbath, not eating certain food. Okay? To the best of our ability to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments that were written in this Bible. That's our religion. Those are our customs. And we're in a time when one of our customs, one of our high holy days, which is Hanukkah. Alright, so we just read about the ordinance of Hanukkah. Alright, our forefathers fight back. Alright, let's get some more. Now go to second Maccabees. Get some more in the home. Yup. 10. Read from 1 through 8. Go ahead, read it out.
Now Maccabees and his company.
Hold on. Call it and quote it.
Maccabees 2, verse 1. Now Maccabees and his company, the Lord guiding through.
Hold on. You in chapter 10? Yeah. Oh, second Maccabees chapter 10.
Oh, this is done.
Read them all. Maccabees and his company, the Lord guiding them, recovered the temple and the city. But the altars which the heathen had built in the open streets, and also the chapels they pulled down. And having cleansed the temple, they made another altar, and striking stones, they took fire out of them, and offered a sacrifice after 2 years, and set forth incense and lights and shewbread. All right, so this is saying what? They got the temple back. Telling a different story, all right, different point of view of the story, how the Maccabees brothers got the temple back by the rededicated. It says when that was done, they fell flat down and besought Yahweh that they might come no more to such troubles, but if they sinned any more against him, that he himself would chasten them with mercy, and that they might not be delivered unto the blasphemous and barbarous nations. Now upon the same day that the strangers profaned the temple, on the very same day it was cleansed again, and the time of the day the same month, which is Council. Verse 6, and they kept 8 days with gladness as the feast of the tabernacles, remembering that not long afore they had held the feast of tabernacles, but as they wandered in the mountains and did like feasts. Okay? So now they're able to hold their high holy days the right way in the actual temple and not scattered out in the wilderness, man. Okay? So now, that's another point. Now let's get where Jake, our forefathers, all right, knew how to sacrifice, knew how to dedicate, okay, make a dedication to the temple. They learned it from their forefathers. Look at that. Because what? This is our high holy day. Alright, this is our miracle, the miracle of the candlestick. Alright? So they had to what? Light the temple, right? And they only had enough oil for one night. But the oil miraculously, alright, the Lord burned for 8 nights. Okay? And that's the miracle of the 7 the story of the candlestick burning. And that's like not in the scripture, but that's in the Talmud and all that. That's a legendary story about the candlestick. But let's get where they learned how to do that. Jake learned the customs. All right, when the Maccabees brothers learned the customs to dedicate the offering. holy days. Chopper. There we go. Knew how to dedicate the altar and knew they had to hold it for 8 days. This is where the 8 days come from. Alright? Because they want to reclaim the temple and know when they dedicate, alright? Making the dedication to the temple, it had to be 8 days. And where did they get that from? Because King Solomon did it. These are our forefathers. This is our history. This is our culture. Alright? In 2 Corinthians 7, and Second Chronicles, so like in 2 Chronicles chapter 7 and verse 8. Also at the same time Solomon kept the feast 7 days, and all Israel with him, a very great congregation, from entering of Hamath unto the river of Egypt. And in the 8th day they made a solemn assembly, for they kept the dedication of the altar 7 days, and the feast 7 days. Alright? So what? It was a dedication of the altar, then they had the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay? So that's why, what? Around the same time. So they knew to what? Dedicate the altar for what? 8 days. That was it on that one. There was another one too. And this is how they knew to what? Get the oil. A certain kind of oil they gotta use to keep the use the olive oil to keep the candles burning. All these is customs of the Hebrew Israelites, man. All these things that our forefathers did. So what are we doing now? The customs of our forefathers. And that in the form of what? Prophesying. Coming on the highways and byways and prophesying as the custom of our forefathers did. Prophesying the downfall of the rulership that's in charge as our forefathers did. So our forefathers kept customs on their forefathers, and we do the same. And the Lord got to put the spirit on you to do that, to believe. All right? To do these customs, to believe in these customs. The average two-thirds ain't believing that it ain't Hanukkah. We're in the time of Hanukkah. Or that this is for them. Right, but let me get that though. This is Exodus. Exodus chapter 27 and verse 20. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring thee pure oil, olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn always in the tabernacle of the congregation without veil, which is before the testimony. Aaron and his sons shall order it from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever until the generations, on behalf of the children of Israel. All right? So that is what, and this was just Moses explaining how to set up the altar. Okay? And this is how the Maccabean brothers knew the oil, they needed the oil, and the dedication of the temple was 8 days. So when they reclaimed the temple from the Greeks, they had another dedication of the temple, which was 8 days, which is known as Hanukkah, and the miracle with the candlestick. These are the times that we glad about it. All right. So it's about Hanukkah. All right. So now.
Deuteronomy 6 and 7.
Yep.
And these words which I
Look your voice.
and these words I command thee this day shall be in the threaten, and thou shalt teach them diligently
Yep.
children, and shalt taken of them when thou sitting in those house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou restest up.
New American. This ain't the verse I like. Take this page. Read that one. Let me read the first one. Follow me though. This Deuteronomy, what's it? 6 and 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. All right, so what should we teach our children? These laws, statutes, and commandments, our history, about our forefathers, okay, our heritage. These are the things that you should teach your children, man. Now, let's get Jude 1 and 5. Let's go back. Jude 1 and 5. Go ahead. Jude 1 and 5. Because the Lord said what he gonna make Jake remember this, right? This how we know that we are those ones. We are the Israelites. The Lord got us remembering. Got us remembering ourselves, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah, the Jude right there. Go to verse 5. All right. So the Lord said what? That he was going to put us into remembrance so we can remember these things, right? The Lord put a spirit on men to teach other men, all right? And they teach men and it keeps trickling down. And now men have taught men, now our history, our religion, our heritage has been brought back to our remembrance, man. It's a beautiful thing. Go ahead. Jude 1 and 5.
I wish to remind you.
Call it according.
verse 5.
Yep.
I wish to remind you,
Yep.
although you know all things,
Yep.
that Lord once saved a people, those who did not believe. Keep going.
All right. So the Lord said what? And that's a New American Version. This is in the KJV. This is Jude, verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. All right, so Lord, what? Gonna put you in remembrance. Gonna put you in remembrance of how the non-believers got destroyed. Put you in remembrance of who you are, what your nationality is. All right. Second Peter, chapter 3. 2 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you in both, which I spare of your pure minds by way of remembrance. And that's what the Lord has done, man. Stirred up our mind. Stirred up our mind, got us what? Remembering who we are. Remembering Hanukkah. Remembering our high holy days. Remembering our power. Remembering who we are. Remember who we are, the Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Remembering who our enemy is. It says that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets and the commandment of the apostles of Yahweh, the Lord and Savior. All right, so Lord, what? Going to put us in remembrance. And we're going to know who we are. We're going to know the Lord. We're going to know the customs of the Lord. We're going to remember our holy days. All right. Be on it, my boy. Yeah, it's okay. I know you're trying to be wild. That happens all the time. It's all good, man. This is 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 12. Wherefore I will not be negligent to put you always in remembrance of these things, though ye know them, and be established in the present truth. It says, yea, I think it meet, as long as I am in this tabernacle, to stir you up by putting you in remembrance. And that's what the Lord has done, man. Put brothers and sisters in remembrance of who they are, who their power is, who their people are. Remembrance of our high holy days, a beautiful thing, man. To remember your heritage, remember your nationality, to call yourself a son of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, a daughter of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, being a Hebrew Israelite. The Lord gonna put us in remembrance, has put us in remembrance. Got us remembering our high holy days. Which what? Like we hearken on, we're in the midst of one now. In a place that it was said that we was not his people, it was said to us, right, that we are the Israelites. We are the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that descend from there on your father's side, no matter how you look. Because it's not about your skin complexion, your skin tone, or how you look. It's about the nationality of your forefather. It's about bloodline, man, not about a look. And people like to mix up what we say and try to say, oh, this or that. Nah. It goes off your nationality, not about how you look. But now the Lord was going to show us and tell us in America, well, all our life we've been told we ain't nothing. Now we know that we are Hebrew Israelites. Now we know that we are the chosen people of God. Now we know that we are the sons of what? Who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they can't take that away. All right, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. See, Israel is so big, can't be measured nor numbered. It says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. All right, so it's been told us here in America that we niggas speak nothing. American, African. But now the Lord set up prophets to tell you that what? You are the sons of the living God. You are the sons of Yahweh. You are the sons of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what the Lord said on the prophets to tell us now. And now we know that, man. Now you got so-called Negro men celebrating Hanukkah, teaching it to their sons, and so on and so forth. It says, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. So now we know that we are the sons of the living power, coming back to our heritage. All right, and prophesying the downfall of Babylon and kick break. All right, and calling our people to repentance, telling them that they are the Hebrew Israelites and repent, come back to their true power before death and destruction come to this land. All right, we're gonna close it out with that. Give it all honor, all praise, all glory. Shalom.